All right, so I kind of missed the first game actually because I thought it was just scrim,
Oh, okay.
but I think I got some screenshots of the second game. So I think it came to my mind around the
Yep.
second game. So all right, now this is game three between Deadpan Gaming and Starbytes. So early on the day, it was supposed to be a match between Starbytes versus a team named Easy MMR, but Easy MMR failed to um, respond actually. So they weren't at the lobby, they weren't communicating with any of our admin members, so they had to drop out. We had to forfeit the game towards Starbytes, but instead, right now, we have Deadpan Gaming playing as a set of substitutes. So we would have a game for the night. All right. So game's been. You right there?
Yeah, I'm okay. Sorry about that. Yeah. Continue,
Okay.
please.
So yeah. My co-caster has actually been sick for the past couple of days. That's why I've been solo casting quite a bit. But yeah. So to all you guys watching, uh, pray for his good health or something. Give him some support. Yeah, but yeah. Either way, let's move on to the drafting phase. Okay, so Starbytes, yeah, they still do ban out the Lycan. Deadpan Gaming banned out the Death Prophet first this time around. So in both games, there wasn't really such a dominating hero on either team. Uh, the plays were kind of balanced. In the first game, it was Starbytes that was uh, dominant towards the early and mid game, which actually forced out a GG call from Deadpan Gaming before they even reached the 30-minute mark and before they even got to the tier 3 towers, just because they had such a dominating early and mid game. But Deadpan Gaming, a big show of force in the last game, they instead took down 6 and 7 towers early on before the 25-minute mark and were able to seal the deal by taking down 2 Raxes before Starbytes could actually get a decent item farm up on their carries. But right now, picks are coming in. Deadpan Gaming does have the first pick this time around again and goes with the Faceless Void. Okay, so I guess that would be the common element. Faceless Void has been persistent, but it was actually Starbytes first 2 rounds. Starbytes wanted the first Faceless Void in the first game, but they lost in the last game, even with their Faceless Void. So right now, it's Deadpan Gaming's turn with the Faceless Void, and we'll have to see what they make out of this. They have the Faceless Void Witch Doctor combo, pretty standard, but Starbytes has the Viper and Skywrath Mage, pretty devastating if you put them in a lane together. Just because of the long range slow of the concussive shot, then you're gonna guarantee yourself a couple of hits of the poison attack with the Nether Toxin, most likely, and maybe that's enough to get a kill out of a hero in a lane. So we'll see where this goes. But either way, good early game damage potential from these 2 picks, and good team fight combo setup with Faceless Void and the Witch Doctor. So the second round of bans are gonna come in. Centaur Warner once again banned. Deadpan Gaming bans out the Centaur Warner, and Starbytes in exchange bans the Tide Hunter. Now, Tide Hunter, easily one of the most unappreciated combos with Faceless Void. Sometimes you see Tide Hunter as a response to Faceless Void, but I would say that Tide Hunter works even better as a partner of Faceless Void, because Tide Hunter's Ravage AoE is much larger and is easier to set up than a Chronosphere. So, once the Tide Hunter blinks in and ravages, it's much easier for you to actually land a well-positioned Chronosphere that catches 2, 3, or maybe even 4 enemy heroes. So yeah, Tide Hunter is banned, and the first pick is gonna go to Starbytes after the second round of banning. So might be interesting to see what they would pick up against the Faceless Void if they don't use the Tide Hunter instead, because they banned out the Tide Hunter themselves. But either way, yeah, bans are gonna come out. Should be something that works well against the Faceless Void. Clockwork. Clockwork is an okay offlaner, so might be a foil to their plans. We'll have to see what kind of lanes Deadpan Gaming would be putting up though. Maybe we'll see after their next pick. But for now, yeah, Clockwork is banned.
10 seconds.
Usually you see a Clockwork ban when you have a Tinker pick. But I guess Clockwork is
5 seconds remaining.
bannable in his own right either way. And last ban for Starbytes, they should make this count
Reserve
because
time.
whatever they pick, that's gonna leave a lot of room for Deadpan Gaming to select heroes that can combo well with Faceless Void or can be dominant in their own right. They can actually Deadpan Gaming can actually pick up the Brewmaster,
Radiant team pick.
or Starbytes can actually pick up the Brewmaster right now. So yeah, Brewmaster hasn't been banned out right now. Might be a good opportunity to pick him up. I'm not quite sure yet how much the Drunken Brawler nerf affects him. But I would imagine that it would be a bit of a nerf towards the early game. But maybe as the game moves on, I don't think that it would matter too much already because you're gonna be dependent on the primal split instead anyway. But okay, there we go. That the Brewmaster does get picked up by Starbytes. So yeah, hopefully they'll prove that Brewmaster is still a very good pick, even after the recent nerf to him.
Mm-hmm.
So Deadpan Gaming, gonna come up with a response with that. They could just solidify their lineup, make sure that you get some of those heroes that can pair well with Faceless Void, and just carry the game through team fights. But against the Brewmaster, yeah, gonna have a tough time against that. Maybe they should get a Silencer. Actually, kind of very good hero because the Silencer can instantly render oh, there we go. Bingo. I love this. When I get the picks correct. So we have a Silencer, immediate pick from Deadpan Gaming. Spot on, I would say, because Silencer is one of the best heroes you can have against the Brewmaster. Brewmaster, I think the primal split cast time now has a bit of a delay, right? So you can now interrupt it after the 6.82 update. I think, yeah, it's now easier to interrupt the Brewmaster split with something like a silence or maybe a really fast stun. But yeah, either way, the global silence is instant and it's global. So whenever you see the Brewmaster casting that primal split, then it's gonna be definitely gonna be a window for you to cast that global silence and aim to turn the fight around completely. Alright, so we still have the next two picks to go before the last bans come out. So we're gonna have to see how Starbytes react to this. Are they gonna go for? Are they gonna start pushing to a different kind of lineup? Because right now they have good picks, but kind of scattered. They have a good mid, they have a good support, and they have a good mid laner or off laner in the form of Viper. But right now, not really too cohesive on game plan. They might want to pick up split pushers instead, like a Shadow Shaman or a Nature's Prophet, because right now they're gonna have a lot of trouble. They're gonna have a lot of trouble facing up against the big team fight combo of Faceless Void, Witch Doctor, and Silencer. But right now, yeah, they pick up the Earthshaker. Yeah, Earthshaker works well against the Faceless Void as long as the Earthshaker doesn't get caught by the Chronosphere. Then Earthshaker can shave a couple of seconds off from that Chronosphere with the Fissure. It's actually around 2 seconds a day. 2 second stun. So gonna be quite okay, especially if you can disrupt the Witch Doctor's ult instead. Yeah, that's a good use of the long range of Earthshaker's Fissure. Alright, so Jakiro picked up for by Deadpan Gaming. So Jakiro is one of the heroes that also pair well with the Faceless Void. Although you can't really use the Ice Path to set up the Chronosphere. Instead, you can use the Chronosphere and then follow that up immediately with the Ice Path. You can definitely land an Ice Path on an important target after the Chronosphere has been set up. And the Macro Pyre under the Chronosphere, yeah, that's gonna cause a lot of trouble to anyone caught under it. So the last bans are gonna come out,
5 seconds remaining.
and it's gonna be the Venomancer ban for Deadpan Gaming. Yeah, Venomancer. I kind of forget about him, but yeah, Venomancer is really good. In a lineup where you have things like global abilities or
10
other
seconds
DOT abilities like Jakiro's Liquid Fire, and if Silencer has a global silence.
Radiant team.
Silencer has a global silence with the Naganims, and Venomancer has that Venomous Gale off. Then you could easily do a team wipe just with two ults stacked on top of each other. But yeah, Venomancer was banned. Kind of forget about him, but
Drow Ranger.
it would have been a good pick if Deadpan Gaming also remembered
Dire
him.
team pick.
But yeah, Nature's Prophet. That's what I was saying. Starbytes might have been looking to pick up a Nature's Prophet and split push instead, because I'm pretty sure that they can't go toe to toe with such a big team fight lineup, like what Deadpan Gaming has. And look, we have a purple lineup: Faceless Void, Witch Doctor, Silencer, purple, and Jakiro blue plus red.
10
Yes, I
seconds
learned that
remaining.
in elementary school. No, in prep. No, in
5
kinder.
seconds
Yeah,
remaining.
red and blue make purple, but Clinks not purple anymore. So Deadpan Gaming gonna round off their lineup with the Clinks. So good ganking potential from Clinks. Gonna be a good disruptor of things. Maybe can pick off the Drow Ranger or the Skywrath Mage if left unchecked. So yeah, this is gonna force the Clinks is gonna force them to fight much more tightly, because if you go solo and the Clinks is roaming around, then you're not gonna stand too long against the Clinks solo on your own. A while ago we had our drafting phase, but right now we're moving into an all pick remake because someone had to be subbed out, and the picks are gonna be there. Yeah, for Deadpan Gaming we have Clinks, Faceless Void, we have Witch Doctor, Jakiro, and Silencer. And Starbytes has Drow Ranger, Skywrath Mage, Earthshaker, Brewmaster, and Viper. Alright, so there go the picks, and we're gonna wait for a few minute or so before we can get in the lobby. But the picks are there, the players are there. Alright, we should be good to go after this. Alright, so I'm pretty much out of things to say because I've already said quite a lot before we moved into the remake. But
Prepare for battle.
alright, for now, we'll have the introductions. On Starbytes on the Radiant, we have Miggy on the Viper, Joy on the Skywrath Mage, Fade as the Earthshaker, Shotty as the Brewmaster, and Patch. I think Patch was the one who replaced 546, if I'm not mistaken, who was disconnected earlier on. So right now we have Sneaky on Clinks, being sneaky here, Skeleton Walk, and gonna
30
place an
seconds
Observer
to go.
Ward somewhere here, probably to block out the pull camp. No, I think instead he's gonna put it here, just to spot out the rune. Okay, and on the Dire side. So we had Sneaky on the Clinks. Now we have MF Doom on the Witch Doctor, Tuber on the Jakiro. We have Z on the Faceless Void, and on the mid we have Boss T on the Silencer. So they're picking out the Clinks. They see the Clinks. Clinks does have the Skeleton Mock, so Skeleton Mock's out of there. Bounty Rune barely missed by this Clinks. Gonna go to the Skywrath Mage. So an okay amount of EXP for Skywrath Mage there. Just 50, just the first Bounty Rune of the game, but yeah, Clinks would have wanted that either way. So let's go into the laning. Yeah, I mentioned that Viper was probably gonna do well against almost anyone that he was gonna lane against because of that Nether Toxin. You know, it's really the ace in the hole that Viper has. Pretty much guarantees that he can deny and last it as much as he wants, compared to anyone else. But yeah, this Silencer might just want to play it safe. Yeah, he's spamming out Curse of the Silence right now, but shouldn't want to do that. The Viper might pick up a Corrosive Skin, and level 1 Corrosive Skin against the Silencer's Curse of the Silence, you know, that might actually end up costing you more HP than the Viper. But the Viper doesn't have Corrosive Skin yet. Instead, leveled up Poison Attack. Now getting harassed. Now has the last word on him, so taking quite a bit of damage right there. Should be more careful, because even though I'm quite sure that the Viper can win laning, if you're gonna decide to trade right click for right click and then tank the damage spells of the Silencer, then that's not gonna be a good idea for you, unless you also leveled up Corrosive Skin, in which case he hasn't. He actually leveled up Poison Attack twice, so I don't know, that's the kind of build that you would pick for you would make if you're in a safe lane or in a tri lane. But here in a solo mid, I don't think that that's the optimal skill bit you should be using. Now Sneaky Clinks rotates towards the rune right now. 2 minutes in, does pick up a bounty rune, so he's gonna be happy with that, and Shadow walks away. So here at the bottom lane, we have the tri lane of Starbytes. We have Patch on the Drow Ranger, just solo farming away. Right now sitting at 10 last hits, pretty good. Top of the charts right now. The Clinks only has 1 last hit and 1 deny, so having a harder time actually, even with the Searing arrows. Somehow not able to get those last hits in. Yeah, this Drow, quite a bit of attack damage actually, around 60, 70, 68. But right now, okay, so it was the Silencer did fall to the Viper. Viper almost dying as well, but still enough, still alive, and gonna get salve from one of these teammates. So yeah, good assists from the Skywrath Mage and the Earthshaker. Without the rotation, I think Viper couldn't really take down the Silencer on its own, especially since the Silencer built the high level of Last Word and Curse of the Silence, and the Viper doesn't have Corrosive Skin. So he'll be taking a lot more damage if they go toe to toe. On this side, however, let's see how the Brewmaster is doing. He only has 3 last hits, so quite poor. He has he's level 2 already, but I think the Clinks is doing better in terms of offlane. Yeah, offlane Clinks is level 4 already. Faceless Void doing an okay job at last hits. Right now top, pretty much evened out with Drow Ranger, 15 last hits. So okay farming for both carries. But right now, yeah, this Brewmaster definitely gonna get zoned out by the Witch Doctor and Jakiro. Yeah, Jakiro is one of the best heroes to zone out enemies from a lane, especially if it's a solo lane, because the Liquid Fire does a lot of damage, and you only need to cast it once. Short cooldown, just cast it once, and it's a 0 mana cost skill, so it's practically free harass. Here, however, in the mid, we see MF Doom positioning himself towards the mid, maybe aiming to gank the Viper a bit. Viper doesn't have mana, and the Silencer is steeping in. But the Witch Doctor shows himself and is not going to be able to do anything on the Viper. Now they're moving in, however. I think maybe they throw the casket, and the Viper stun gets both the Curse of the Silence and the Last Word in. So there, he falls to the Silencer actually. and that's not really how you want to go, especially since you're a Viper. You're not really too intensive on mana. Yeah, you don't have too much mana on you, and if you're building a mech, then you're gonna be dependent on every bit of mana that you have, because a mech just uses much more mana right now. It's been nerfed. I think it uses 100 something HP. 225. Okay, so that's a lot more mana actually. From 125, I think 125 to 225 to activate the mechanism. So that's a big difference. That's a big difference compared to the previous version. Previously, yeah, you can get away with a low mana hero like a Viper or a Doom farming the mech first because they can farm faster. But right now, might not be too ideal because you're also sacrificing killing potential by dedicating a lot of mana towards building your mechanism. But either way, it's going there. The Viper's gonna go there, and it's a 2-2 score. 5 minutes into the game, so definitely not gonna be too much of an advantage either way. But we see pings coming out on the silencer. Skywrath Mage is positioning himself, but the ward is here. Silencer knows that someone's there, playing it a bit safe. But here on the offlane, yeah, Klinks picks up a kill on the Earthshaker, and that's what I was saying. If the Klinks find someone solo off position, then it's pretty much a guaranteed kill on the part of Klinks. Even this Drow Ranger isn't safe. The Klinks is already level 6 and the Drow Ranger is still level 9. Somehow the Klinks has managed to overtake the Drow Ranger and already matched the Drow Ranger and even surpassed her in terms of gold. So this Klinks probably gonna be able to stay in the lane indefinitely because he has a death backed up already. And Drow Ranger should be more careful, and look at that, that's around 100 something damage per hit. But this Skywrath Mage here moving on the Klinks, gonna silence the Klinks for a bit. Another silence from the Drow Ranger, but might not be a good idea. The Klinks still deals a lot of damage. And last stun on the Klinks. Klinks has been shadow walked, and now he's gonna get revealed, but not before he picks off the Skywrath Mage. And Klinks almost gonna die. Should be able to move out of here. Another sentry ward placed. The Klinks can no, not gonna be able to escape the Fissure of the Earthshaker. The mana boots, the switch to the int, the power thread toggle would have been enough to give him mana, but the cooldown wasn't there, and the Fissure was enough. The level 1 Fissure, I think, at the time was enough. So that's gonna be a good thing for Starbytes to take down their Klinks. Right now, they catch the Brewmaster. Faceless Void does have a Chronosphere, slows down the Brewmaster and casts the Chronosphere, and this Brewmaster is a goner. Level 5 Brewmaster falls before he can actually do anything. Quite a bit behind in EXP. Should have level 6 right now. But here in the bottom lane, an engagement, however, the Witch Doctor almost falls, moves back and pops off salve immediately. So might be looking to re-engage. Doesn't have a death ward yet. Doesn't have level 6, but this Klinks moving in just so boldly. Gonna get silenced and slowed. Not too much follow-up because he's able to move out. The Jakiro catches 2 heroes with the ice path, but right now the Klinks is getting a bit low. He should not be moving towards this direction because there's a ward there, but he moves back. The Viper catches him. The ward is still up there, and the Klinks pretty much gives away a free kill. So right now, on top of the net worth, yeah, it's definitely that Viper. He's gotten 3 kills so far in this game. He has a mech, but look at this now. He used the Viper Strike and a couple of attacks from a couple of poison attacks, but right now he has no more mana to use the mech. So as I was pointing out, it's gonna be a one way or another in terms of the mech or the Viper Strike. So yeah, might not be the best item to have picked up on the Viper. This silencer is has a point booster, obviously aiming for the Ganims, but I'm not really sure how much longer it would take for the silencer to get there. He only has a point booster so far, and he has a decent amount of farm, actually 3,500. But yeah, he also has other items like the boots and the bottle, which actually add up to quite a bit. The magic wand and the null talisman alone, when you put them together, that's practically 1k. Another 1k on the bottle. So yeah, he has practically nothing after that. But the silencer's gonna get caught. He uses the silence, but that's not gonna be enough. He's already slowed, and he's gonna fall to the right click of the Brewmaster and the Viper. So Klink's teleported in, but yeah, he has no slow. I shouldn't be expecting to get anything out of that. So the score's evened out 5-5. 10 minutes in, and we see a practically zero advantage in terms of net worth. And in terms of EXP, just 1,000 in favor of Deadpan Gaming, but not too much, and really nothing to show whether or not which way this game is gonna go later on. So we have a Chronosphere here. Catches out no one. Actually, catches out two, but the Brewmaster was already able to split before the Chronosphere hit him. The Ice Path's gonna save the Faceless Void from the Earthshaker, but the Fissure's gonna land, and the Brewmaster returns, and the Fire Spirit wasn't able to catch up. The Viper is there to finish up the Faceless Void. So Faceless Void still dies, and everyone else should be looking to make a retreat right now. The Global Silence is not available because the silencer used it to try to save himself, even if he still died earlier on. So that's gonna be the end of that engagement. The Chronosphere not able to take anyone out, and instead the Faceless Void pays the price for that. He has the Hand of Midas though, so if they take this to the late game, then it might be just Deadpan Gaming with a bit of an upper hand. But they also have the Drow with a Midas. So yeah, it's gonna be up to the Drow not to get caught in that Chronosphere, or if she does, then it's gonna be about her teammates saving her from that. You know, you can still force staff the Drow Ranger out of Chronosphere, so you do have that option. But against a lineup like this, if you're going against a silencer, yeah, team fights are definitely gonna be much harder for you. So Brewmaster kind of recovered right now, sitting at the middle of the farm. Charts 2,700 gold, still not enough for a blink. But right now the Skywrath Mage and the Earthshaker might fall to the Death Ward, and they do. The Cask and the Death Ward combination is just so much for them. The Earthshaker with the long cast time of the Fissure isn't really able to stop that, because the Cask would be bouncing back to him before he can pull that off. And the Death Ward, yeah, just so much damage right off the get-go, right from level 1. So 2 kills going the way of Deadpan Gaming there. Only on supports, but important kills nonetheless. So this Klink's halfway through to the Orchid. Still not too good of a time. But yeah, he does have Treads, and he does have an Aquila too. So if you add those together, then it might have been an Orchid but at this point already. So yeah, Klink's just right-clicking away at this tower. We see some movement here. The Jakiro and the Witch Doctor are sitting at the back. They drop a ward, so they can see the Skywrath Mage. But yeah, the Witch Doctor doesn't have a Death Ward. 10 more seconds though, so he should be able to use the Death Ward soon if he wants to. If they want to dive this tower, they might be able to do so. Jakiro almost at level 6. One more creep away, but can get that level 6. Harassment coming in from the Jakiro. Gonna harass this tower for a bit. Liquid fire damage gonna help on that tower, but right now the silencer got out by the Brewmaster, and the Viper there to finish him off with a poison attack. And the Jakiro teleported in, tried to save his teammate, but not gonna be too useful, and instead he's gonna give up another kill. So that was 2 kills for nothing for Starbytes, killing the silencer, the core silencer, and the Jakiro, who teleported in just to die. But if we take a look at the Faceless Void is just farming away. He already has a Mask of Madness. Oh, we have a pick-off there, a solo pick-off on the Drow Ranger by the Klinks. Yeah, I think that Drow was just a bit too far out of position. I think he was trying to pull this camp, but yeah, the dire Deadpan Gaming can see every movement coming in from Starbytes here, just because of this ward. So Klinks was able to take advantage of that probably. So right now everyone's converging on mid. It seems like, yeah, we have an Invis rune here on this side, and Deadpan Gaming can see that. Silencer does have a global silence up, so they might want to look to engage on top of that, and the Chrono Sphere is also there for the Faceless Void, but Faceless Void is gonna push this tower. Right now, Klink's silenced, gonna be able to get away just in the nick of time, and now the Drow Ranger got the Maledict up, and no mana for the Death Ward from the Witch Doctor, so that was a bit of a waste. Actually wouldn't have been able to cast the Death Ward even if he didn't cast the Maledict, so it wasn't really gonna go anywhere from there. Klink's, however, just few shy from getting his Orchid up. They were pinging out a while ago. I think they must have known that the Klinks was gonna try to get a big creep from the Death Pack. Right now, Klinks makes a rotation. Gonna look to the ward here, and the Jakiro does the D-ward. Jakiro is probably gonna die though. The Earthshaker and the Viper move back out, and the blink from the Brewmaster and the slow is gonna follow that up. Right now, the Klinks is also caught in the slow and the stun, and the Klinks is dusted up, but they don't see him, so Klinks should be able to just wait off the cooldown of this Dust of Appearance and then casually walk out of there. There we go. No more dust, and Sneaky's gonna be able to be sneaky once again. Right now though, Radiant Starbytes, they're pushing this middle tower. Viper moves in, rotates, but the silence is cast. This Earthshaker can't do nothing. The Chrono Sphere is laid down. The Skywrath Mage is getting wailed upon by the Faceless Void. The Faceless Void gets that last right click off. The Brewmaster, no Primal Split. He uses a Thunderclap instead and runs out of mana, and there we go. He pays for that. Loses 2 intelligence on top of dying. So well played right there by Deadpan Gaming, and they're gonna get a tower deny on top of everything. So that's 2-for-0 exchange. A bit of int going the way of Silencer, just 2. But they managed to kill the important hero, the Brewmaster, on Starbytes. Not really the Viper, but they got the Brewmaster, and they might be able to get this tower as well if they move in before the Brewmaster responds. The Brewmaster does have the split. Brewmaster wasn't able to use that previously, but yeah, the Jakiro is just gonna take this down, and everyone's gonna be looking to make a retreat. The Ice Path is laid down. Try to slow down the Brewmaster. The Brewmaster is hit by the last word. The Silencer gonna get hit by the Skywrath ult, Mystic Flare, but everyone's gonna retreat after that already.
Radiant's bottom tower
So
is under
Deadpan Gaming coming up on top of that. 2,000 gold in favor of Deadpan Gaming. 17 minutes in, and EXP, yeah, a bit in their favor. So this Faceless Void might be getting a Maelstrom soon. Just gonna secure a lot of last hit damage. A lot of damage in the Chrono Sphere. But Klinks takes down the tower here at the bottom lane. And meanwhile, we see a 5-man rotation coming in from Team Starbytes. Not sure if they're looking to do anything though. They're probably not going to be able to catch a Klinks. So Klinks moves out. They see an Invis rune. Witch Doctor gonna take an Invis rune, but Starbytes are gonna see that. So the pink's gonna come out. They know that the Witch Doctor has an Invis rune, so they're gonna play a bit more cautiously. Maybe they'll put a sentry ward here. Someone might have a sentry ward. Pinks are coming out. I think they know that the Klinks is there, so they do catch the Klinks, and Klinks, instead of running out, tries to engage in the Skywrath Mage, but pays for that. Just gets stunned and right click to death. Wasn't really a good idea, you know. Even if you get dusted, Klink still has a lot of movement speed bonus from the skeleton walk, but yeah, wasn't really the best choice to make there. So in the end, Deadpan Gaming lose Klinks, and they lose the tier 1 bot tower on top of that, and they might lose another tower after that. Starbytes pushing immediately to this tier 2 mid, tier 2 bot rather, but not gonna follow up. We see the Jakiro and the Witch Doctor being able to scare off the rest of Starbytes. So Silencer almost there, just around 400 gold away from getting his Ganem Scepter. So might be a much bigger team fight when that happens. Skywrath Mage should be able to lay down 2 Curse of the Silence stacked on each other because of the global silence. So yeah, that's a lot of damage. That's gonna be 32 times 6. What? No, 65 times 6. That's 360. That's around 700 damage. 700 magic damage to the team when you catch the global silence and the Curse of the Silent on top of each other. Right now, the Witch Doctor is gonna get caught out here, off position. And however, I think he managed to kill the Earthshaker before that. The Faceless Void moves in. Not gonna use the Chronosphere just yet. I think he was looking to catch someone there, maybe the Brewmaster, but just went the wrong direction. So yeah, top of the net worth right now. Still, this Viper might be able to catch his Faceless Void. Faceless Void is taking the time walk out. Not gonna move any further. Viper teleports out actually. So they're not gonna pursue this tower. But here we have an engagement at the bottom. Earthshaker is silenced, so can't really cast anything after that. But both teams choose to disengage. The Drow Ranger was kind of low, but was already behind the tower and behind the Earthshaker at that. So we have a deny. The top tower was denied here because the Viper didn't pursue it. Instead teleported to the mid, looking for a team fight. So we have a tower deny by Deadpan Gaming. So that's gonna keep their gold advantage up a bit for a little bit longer. Right now, 20 minutes in, game still close. Close as it can be, 11-12. With 3 towers on each side gone. So that's all the tier 1 towers in the game. And no tier 2s yet. And 11-12 score. Yeah, this game is looking pretty even for both sides. But the Faceless Void, however, is more farmed than the Drow Ranger. And if you're the Drow Ranger, you'd want to be more farmed than Faceless Void because the Faceless Void is a better late game carry than the Drow Ranger is. So if the Faceless Void is ahead of you in farm at this point in the game, then you're really gonna start falling behind. The Faceless Void building an MKB, kind of unusual because the Faceless Void already has bashes on its own, and the mini bashes don't stack with the time lock, as far as I know. But either way, a great damage item might be preemptively building that against someone who would be looking to build evasion. I think Brewmaster has evasion with the Drunken Brawler, so that might help against the Brewmaster. If that was what he was thinking, then it's certainly not a bad idea, not a bad item to pick up against a dodgy hero like a Brewmaster. But right now, we see 5 men here of Deadpan Gaming moving towards this part of the river. I think they want to go Roshan. And there you go, the Faceless Void initiates on the Roshan. They're spotted out though. The ward here sees the movement of Deadpan Gaming. So they should be able to see that Deadpan Gaming is attempting a Roshan right now. And are they going to make a move on it? Yes, they will. We have a smoke here from the Brewmaster, so the Brewmaster is going to be looking to Thunderclap and then split immediately from the get-go, but right now they're not going to move yet, so this Roshan is going to fall in just a bit. The Brewmaster blinks in, but it's too late. Faceless Void gets the Aegis and the Roshan kill, and the silence guarantees that everyone's stuck there. The Chronosphere with the Death Ward killed off the Skywrath Mage, and now also the Viper. Earthshaker is running back. Not in position. The Brewmaster ult runs out, killed the Witch Doctor, but now is gonna pay for it with his life. So that's quite a bit of int going the way of Silencer. I think 3 deaths that he was able to absorb int from. So yeah, Silencer right now sitting at 10 more int, but not too much, but an okay boost. Now he has Naganims. So yeah, that was really good to have in the last team fight. And right now might be looking to build a refresher. So if you have a refresher and the Ganims, then you can like stack 4 Curses of the Silent on top of each other. So that's a very long silence, and also a lot of damage coming in from the Curse of the Silent. But yeah, in that engagement, Faceless Void was able to take the Aegis, was able to get a kill on top of that, I think. I think he was the one who finished off the Skywrath Mage, if not the Witch Doctor. But yeah, a big swing for them. And that would be from 2,000 gold advantage went down to around 5, and EXP earned around 7,500 now in favor of Deadpan Gaming. So quite a lot there. Now they also have the Aegis, and Faceless Void now has the MKB, so it's gonna be a harder time for this Brewmaster to stay alive without the Primal Split. Right now, the Q is caught out by the Brewmaster. Slow is affecting him. Even if the Ice Path did land, the slow from the Brewmaster is just so effective, and the hero falls almost purely to the right clicks of the Brewmaster. His Clinks, however, doing a bit of rat here in the bottom lane. Might be able to take down this tower, but tower fortification is there, and his Clinks is forced to walk back. Might Skeleton walk out? No. Silences the Brewmaster. Brewmaster does have a Primal Split, so just zones out the Brewmaster for a bit. But yeah, he really wants to take down this tower. Might not be a good idea, but Silence comes in, hits the Brewmaster. The Brewmaster is still tanky. But okay, so in the bottom lane, I forgot about this. The Skywrath Mage and and the Drow Ranger do fall from the engagement here. I think they used the Chronosphere. They did use the Chronosphere. So Chronosphere was used, but short cooldown right now, level 3. Chronosphere. Not gonna be too much. So yeah, game looks like it's really snowballing in the favor of Deadpan Gaming. Right now, 10,000 EXP ahead. Top tower was denied though, so Clinks failed to get that. But he has an Orchid. Might be able to kill this Brewmaster. He can. No. Brewmaster was able to blink out before the Clinks was able to shut him down. The ward was there. Yeah, I think the ward spotted out the Clinks before he was able to cast the Silence or get an attack off. So yeah, Brewmaster was able to blink away, and Clinks got nothing out of staying there in the top lane. Wasn't able to get the tower kill, wasn't able to get a hero kill. Just wasted a lot of time. But anyway, bought the team space at the bottom lane. And now they have an 8,000 gold advantage with 2 tier 2 towers taken down. So this Silencer, yeah, definitely building Refresher Orb. Already has the Perseverance. Needs just a couple more items before he can get that Oblivion Staff. But the recipe is also costly, around 1,800 I think. Let me check the Refresher Orb recipe. Refresher Orb is the recipe in itself is 1,800. Yeah, so that's a big item on its own. 1,800 gold on the recipe. I think that's the most expensive recipe item in the game. The sheep stick recipe is only no recipe on the sheep stick. Sorry, the Skadi has a recipe. No, it doesn't. Okay, so I'm kind of lost. Not in my right mind right now. Trying to think of which items have recipes. Silencer caught out right now with the Brewmaster slow and the Viper slow, but casts a Global Silence, immediately followed up by the Ice Path and the Chronosphere within the Death Ward, and the Death Ward will take 2 heroes down. It was actually the Faceless Void who finished off the Brewmaster, but yeah, the damage was there. And in the end, while they almost killed the Silencer, the team of Deadpan Gaming was able to back the Silencer up and take down 2 heroes instead, and that was a big kill. The Brewmaster dying just prevents him from getting that level 16 and the Ganims early on, and it's already 28 minutes and the Brewmaster still has no Ganims. It's actually just halfway there. So that's really a lot of setbacks for Starbytes. So Deadpan Gaming looking to be much in command in this game. 10,000 gold advantage and almost 15,000 EXP advantage. The Aegis had been used already on Faceless Void. No, I think it's expired. Yeah, I think it was just an expired Aegis, because I don't think I saw the Faceless Void die from a major engagement. So I think it's just expired. Yeah, that's another thing to note. The Aegis in 6.82 has been reduced to a 5-second duration. So you can only keep it for 5 minutes. 5 minutes rather. 5-minute duration on the Aegis. So that's a 1 minute reduction. So you need to be aggressive using that Aegis, or else it's gonna go to waste. But not really a waste, since in this position, Faceless Void is already ahead. So playing safe should be okay. Right now he also has another Demon Edge, and Demon Edge would mean that he's building Daedalus. Yeah, should be just Daedalus. Probably not gonna build Divine Rapier. Right now the hero and the Witch Doctor roaming here a bit. We see a Deward coming in. They ping, and they're not really afraid there. They could have gotten caught out, and Starbytes might be looking to do so. And there we have a stun and the blink from the Brewmaster. A Primal is there, and they're gonna catch out this Witch Doctor. Just so much damage coming in, but the Witch Doctor is able to ethereal out, and the Chrono Sphere is there. Gonna catch this Earthshaker. Is definitely gonna fall. The Skywrath Mage is gonna be next, and there's only 2 remaining here. The Viper is got out by the Ice Bat. Viper gonna fight a bit. Gonna do some damage to the hero, but not gonna be enough. The Viper retreats. The Faceless Void takes care of the Brewmaster, and this Viper running low on HP, out of mana. Does the Faceless Void have a time walk in few seconds? Yes, now he does, and slows down the Viper just enough to be able to get that last kill. 4 kills for the Viper. That's an ultra kill, and a team wipe on the side of Starbytes. And meanwhile, the Clinks has been able to rat this tower down. He took down the tier 3 bot top, and the lane of Rax as well. And this tower is gonna go down to the heroes, Liquid Fire, and the Clinks' right clicks, the Searing Arrows. But right now his BKB was forced out. That was the 10-second BKB, and now they just have to retreat. I think they're out of steam at this point. Out of mana, out of cooldowns. And Starbytes is once again a 5-man team. Everyone's respawned. Yeah, so might not want to press their luck, especially since, you know, it's much easier to recover in the 6.82 patch than previously. They've given a new mechanic, a new computation for gold kills, for gold received from kills, that takes into account the net worth of your team. So it's not really too easy to come back, but I would say it's easier. It's definitely easier to make a comeback in 6.82, so they don't really want to risk that. Might not want to risk a throw, but the net worth, yeah, they're 20,000 ahead, and EXP over 20,000 ahead. This Roshan is gonna spawn in a minute though, so that's something that both teams might be looking forward to. The Clinks gets solo pick off on the Drow Ranger meanwhile, and the Viper as well. Viper's trying to man up against the Clinks, but not enough. Viper pops up the mech. Yeah, but this Clinks got up so far behind. The Silence is there to help the Clinks, and the Clinks might just make it. No, the Skywrath Mage gets that last auto attack off, but the Viper Chronospheres just to make sure that the Faceless Void Chronospheres just to make sure that the Viper is dead, and another Silence is popped off. So that's a refreshed Silence by the Silencer. Yeah, Silencer already has a refresher orb, and right now they're moving towards mid. The Faceless Void still full, still has the double damage actually. So might make a move here. Twinks is down, but Faceless Void is there. Decides to use his double damage on the neutral creeps instead. But he's here now. Guys, I'm back. Gonna take down this Rax. No problem. Stun coming in from the Earthshaker, and the Blink Primal Split. Gonna catch this Witch Doctor. The Skywrath ult is there, doesn't really connect on anyone. The Silencer gonna get slowed down and hit, but the Earthshaker's Echo Slam is nothing. The Ward did a lot of damage before that, and the Brewmaster was able to blink out as he comes back. but not gonna be able to do anything. The gem right now is dropped, but the GG is called. Starbytes calls it, and all right, that's the game. Deadpan Gaming take this game. It was pretty even even until a couple of team fights were won by Deadpan Gaming, and Deadpan Gaming was just able to secure that victory from there on out. So Deadpan Gaming win this series 2-1 against Starbytes. But well played from both teams, and Starbytes still gets a prize for waiting it out against Team Easy MMR. So both teams should be happy. Everyone wins something today, and everyone gets to play. So alright, that's the best of 3. That's our cast tonight. And this is me from Eleet Gaming. This is Coach Dota, and in behalf of Celemene casting with me right now. He's unable to cast right now, but he's actually spectating in game. So for all of us at Eleet Gaming, thank you for watching, and good night.